Ci siamo amici, bentrovati con quello che è l'appuntamento con i Seamen Milano per le Seamen Live Talks qui sul mio canale Twitch. È stata una bellissima partita, quella che ha visto i marinai contro i Guelfi di Firenze lo scorso weekend. Oggi sono molto contento perché ne posso parlare con uno dei protagonisti. Piccolo spoiler, l'intervista sarà in inglese, ma ovviamente visto che verrà ricaricata anche su YouTube, poi potrete utilizzare i sottotitoli per capire tutto. Now, let me introduce the man, the one and only Luke Zahradka. Hi, Luke, how's it going?
Hi, Andrea. Thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate it. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm super excited for the last weekend. Like you said on your social media, Seamen back on track, right?
Yep. We had a tough first game. First game coming out of 2 years of not playing, football live. It was a tough start. I think we did a good job this last weekend against Firenze, and there's still definitely room for improvement. So that's what we got to keep on doing is to keep on getting better each week.
How was it for you? This was like the first game outside of Milan after, like you said, 2 years of not playing. How was it like traveling together, getting back on another field together? How was it that feeling after so much time?
So it was a little different, obviously, because we had to take two different buses. Usually, the whole team is together on the same bus pre-COVID, but now, given the situation, we have to, respect the health and safety measures. So we had the one bus for the offense, one bus for the defense, and everyone had their own seat. But it's still good to be able to communicate with the guys on the way there. Get the feeling pregame and the butterflies, whatever, and to play on the Guelfi's field is always a nice complex. Firenze has a really good field. It was awesome to get to play away from Milan and to travel a little bit in Italy, given the situation that we're currently living in.
It was kind of a windy afternoon, wasn't it? Also the atmosphere and the environment was a little bit different. I watched the game through the Twitch TV from Guelfi, and I've noticed that there was kind of a normal feeling because right outside the field there were like people just walking by and watching the game. So that was kind of a coming back to reality, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, obviously it was, closed doors, so there was no fans inside of the stadium, but given the fact that they have like an open park nearby, I guess they were able to just kind of sit outside the fence and watch the game and, cheer for their team and what have you. But yes, definitely there was a lot of wind this past weekend going side to side. So one way, the ball would carry extra length, and the other side, like it was difficult to throw through the wind, and like the ball would sometimes just stop midair. And it was definitely a windy game and could have affected some of the throws for sure.
I was talking to Gianluca last week, and the feeling for him was we are very lucky to be able to perform, to do sports, to train, and to do what we love to do. So you feel like some kind of a privilege to be able to perform and support the team training and stuff like that in such a difficult moment.
Yes, without a doubt. I mean, given the fact that everyone doesn't have the opportunity to do whatever they want, and we get to do what we love, play the game of football, and be able to go out, twice a week, practice, see your friends, your teammates, and have that right to do that is definitely a privilege. And most people still stuck at home with work and things like that. It gives us another opportunity to get out and just not feel like we're stuck in the house all day, every day. So it's definitely a privilege to be able to continue and play football for sure.
How much is difficult for an athlete to follow every single step nowadays with so many rules to follow? Obviously, there are good rules for like safety rules and stuff like that, but I mean, it's sometimes it may not concentrate you and focus only on the game, but also on other additional stuff.
For sure. I mean, you just got to take into account like the new rules and the new normal, I guess you can call it, and like having to get your temperature taken or doing the COVID test prior to the games. Obviously, it's not affecting the game directly, but it still could be a mental nuisance because maybe people that 15-minute wait that you have to wait after you take your test before the results come out could be a little stressful because, once if by chance you test positive, then you're out for the game and you can't play. And then like during the games, like, referees don't touch the ball now, so we have to have one of our teammates bring the ball to the field and stuff like that. So that obviously we have to communicate to him with the play calls because now he's not really part of the huddle before we break to the field. So there's just little rules and regulations that we got to follow and abide by, and that's just part of the game now. So we need to adjust and make the best of that going forward for sure.
Talking about the last game and the very first game against the Panthers, it was obviously a loss that kind of fired you up for the next game, and so this was a huge win against Guelfi. And I was watching also the recap because everybody's doing a great job right now, talking about trying to involve people with media system, with videos, and a lot of things that have been produced for keeping the attention on the team now that we can actually come to the stadium and watching the game. So talking about the main differences between these two games, talking about the tactical aspect, what would you underline?
So I mean, we obviously had a rough game against the Parma. The second half, our offense didn't perform as we had to win the game. Our defense played a fantastic game defensively. So we knew we had to make some adjustments on the offensive end and, just to get into the rhythm because obviously a lot of it's with timing and being in rhythm together. And then I think it showed part in Guelfi, but obviously we still have work to do. Personally, me, I'm not performing as well as I would like to, as I know that I'm capable of doing. But yeah, with all these new videos and things like that, I think it's a great thing for the game because given the fact that fans can't be in the stands, but it's still given the fans the opportunity to watch the highlights from different angles and to see like the different plays happening. Usually fans are just far from the field and they just see it from one angle, but now with these different cameras and different people recording the game and posting up highlights is a nice different feel, and it definitely keeps the fans, I think, interested for entertaining them.
And maybe it's also helpful for you because you have like different spots and different point of view to double check the game and what happened and stuff like that. So tactically, what changed in between the first game with the Panthers and this one with Guelfi, if there was any tactical change in the team?
No, I wouldn't say much change. We just knew what we had to do, and like these these angles where you see like the different highlights from like close up, it doesn't really help in the sense that it's better to see from afar to be able to make different corrections and different changes that way. Obviously, the Guelfi not having a game the week prior in the first week, we didn't really get to have a good game plan. Like we weren't able to game plan against what their defense is, and because we had nothing to go based upon, so we kind of had to make the in-game adjustments like on the spot. And we have coaches that sit and stands high up so they get a better angle and they can see things as well. And just to have the extra set of pair of eyes watching the game and giving comments definitely was able to help us in an advantage in this game for sure.
Okay, next game it's gonna be in Bologna, so another outside game, away game for the Seamen. What's the main focus for the next one, considering your opponent?
Well, yeah, Bologna just came off of a big win against Lazio. I think they scored 42 points. Again, their week one, I think they played against the Rhinos, who's another strong team, and they didn't look too bad against them either. So I think we got to just, limit our mistakes on the offensive end, limit the turnovers, me especially, and just continue to improve from, last week's and just to continue to score points, just so that our defense, give them some help because they've been doing a really good job of limited the teams of scoring. So I think it's our turn as an offense to put up a lot of points against the defense.
In 3 weeks, we're gonna have the so-called derby against Rhinos, and it's gonna be like the second weekend of May. So maybe, just maybe, we're gonna have chances to maybe open the field for a little crowd. We just keep finger crossed for that, because we want to come and support you. But obviously, what is gonna mean for you to play against that team again? Because I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Patriots in NFL, and so I beware of the perfect season. You started with that loss on Panthers, and now you can actually go on stronger and stronger week after week. But that match with Rhinos, maybe with some fans on the field, could be one of the changing point of the whole season, right?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, playing the Rhinos every time we play them is always a hard fought game. I mean, they're a good squad, and obviously the whole derby, like the Battle of Milan, is something that everyone looks forward to. And now with the addition of fans, possibly being able to come watch the game, definitely will add a nice little cool aspect to the environment. But yeah, like you said, losing that first game was tough, obviously, but it kind of like lets the weight off the shoulders that you don't have to try and ruin your perfect season. And obviously, losing in the beginning of the season is better than losing in the end, where the game might not count as much. I mean, if it's a playoff game and you lose, you're out. So it's better that we got this loss out of the way, and now we can just learn from our mistakes and try and go forward and continue to succeed. And the derby against the Rhinos will definitely be a good game, but we got first we got to focus on Bologna this week, and then we have Ancona next week. So we try to take it just one game at a time, and if we do our job each game, we should try and go 1-0, and that's all we really care about. But the derby is something that we'll look forward to in the future a little bit.
Okay, and we're gonna obviously talk about that. You have a pretty good experience with European in general, with Europe games and Europe teams. But if we just consider the Seamen, so from 2017 to now, how much has changed for you with all new players and the whole new situation? I'm not considering obviously 2020 because it was like a no game year, but in the last 2 years, how much is changed and how many things improved in the team, in your opinion?
So anywhere you go and play in Europe, like from the first year, you kind of try and get a feel for the team, and try to get accommodated and comfortable with the guys. And then obviously going back for the next year, you already have 1 year experience with the guys, so you know how certain players play, and I guess know them inside and on and off the field. So definitely, I think we've grown tremendously as a team from 2017 till now. Definitely with the addition of new players, like I mean, the Seamen's like a one big family. So everyone comes in, they join the family, and they become part of it, and like everyone welcomes them in. So it's not that oh, we try to like just get certain guys. It's more like welcoming them into the family, having them become part of the Seamen family. And like I definitely think that we have improved in all phases of the game for sure, in all
Like you
different
said,
positions. Sorry, yeah.
no problem. No problem. Like you said, it's a family business. It's family business. I remember that I was talking to Marco Mutti for the very first week and game one, and you went to see him right in the hospital to say hi. Like you kept that family feeling together within such a difficult moment. Like he's still in like going with this difficult moment for his health and stuff. So you definitely probably want to see him back on field very soon to support the team. That feeling was probably the same feeling you found in Milan the very first day you came here, and now just increased in a very positive way.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, going and get to see, President Muti before the game was a great feeling. We haven't had to see him. We haven't had the chance to see him for numerous months, and even in his given situation that he's in right now, he's still doing everything that he possibly can to make sure that the Seamen continue to go forward. Everyone's staying positive. everything's taken care of, how it has to be taken care of in the past. Like, given the situation that he's in, he's still making sure that things are going smooth, and he does all that he can to make sure that everyone's happy and everyone, he got everyone the sweatsuits for the games, got us bags, like to make us all really feel professional and all like one family. And like, I can't thank him enough for bringing me here originally and just have him keep me here and become really part of like the Italian Seamen family. So it's definitely was a nice experience to see him like on the first game day. Obviously, we didn't bring him the results that we wanted to, but again, having the chance and the ability to go see him was really nice. And I hope that going forward, he'll be able to be out there on the field with us, and we can keep winning games for him.
Okay, so the next one, it's Bologna this weekend at 6. We're gonna follow you through all the social media, and then obviously we're gonna hope to support you live for the next games. Thank you so much, Luke, for your time, and always go Seamen.
Yes, thank you so much for having me on here, and like you said, go Seamen, anchor gang, baby.
Ok, bye.
Have a good day. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Luke è il QB dei Seamen, una vera e propria certezza per quanto riguarda la squadra, che appunto questo sabato sarà pronta a darsi battaglia con Bologna, una squadra comunque che sta giocando bene, una squadra che ovviamente avrà qualche buona carta da giocarsi, anche perché insomma i Seamen sono sicuramente una di quelle squadre che si ha voglia di affrontare, anche proprio perché è un grande stimolo dal punto di vista atletico e agonistico. Quindi mi raccomando, tutti connessi a quelli che sono i diversi social media per seguire la partita che sarà alle 18. Noi ovviamente torneremo poi la settimana prossima con l'analisi della partita, vedremo quale sarà il nostro ospite. Io come sempre ringrazio Marco Mutti, tutta l'organizzazione Seamen Milano per avermi coinvolto in quello che è un breve ma credo lavoro assolutamente di cuore in merito alla promozione del football americano giocato in Italia. Io saluto come sempre anche tutte le altre squadre con le quali si ha a che fare in questo mondo meraviglioso, e mi raccomando, seguitelo perché noi ci siamo sempre presenti con le nostre Seamen Live Talks.